Mr. Coco presents Yiya Murano, the woman who, driven by greed, poisoned her friends and cousin. María de las Mercedes Bernardina Bolla Aponte de Murano, widely recognized as Yiya Murano. She was an Argentine serial killer and moneylender, facing accusations of at least 3 murder and fraud charges in the year 1979. She is famously referred to as the poisoner of Monserrat. His police case stands out as one of the most well-known in the annals of Argentine criminal history, receiving much attention and enduring over the years. In the year 1953, Yiya entered into marriage with a lawyer named Antonio Murano. However, she often engaged in extramarital relationships and was known to have multiple lovers, among them a prominent businessman and a general commissioner of the federal police. She murdered 2 of her friends and her cousin by poisoning them with cyanide in tea and in the pastries they used to share during their afternoon tea. The crimes took place during a time frame stretching from February 11 to March 24, 1979. The victims included Nilda Gamba, Leila Formisano, and her cousin Carmen Zulema del Giorgio Venturini. They all had one thing in common: Yiya was in debt to them. The money I owed them was related to a business deal I had suggested, but in the end, it turned out to be a fraud. Despite being her best friends, Yiya put her financial situation first on her agenda. Several reports indicated that he was responsible for the murder of 2 additional individuals, a married couple whom he was also in debt to. However, due to a lack of sufficient evidence, Judge Diego Perez could not establish a connection between the couple's death and Yiya. Carmen's daughters requested an autopsy after hearing reports from the building's porter and neighbors claiming to have seen Yiya entering and leaving the apartment with a note and a container. They were concerned about these sightings and wanted to investigate further. That paper was the promissory note Murano had signed for his mother. Yiya claimed he entered to look for the agenda to notify his relatives, but the calls were never made. He also asked too insistently if Carmen had died and if she had said anything to anyone before passing. The autopsy conclusively proved that she fell victim to cyanide poisoning. It was later revealed that the death certificates were fraudulent, and rumors circulated that Yiya had bribed a doctor to skip the autopsy procedure. Thanks to this, the other 2 death cases that occurred in the same time frame were analyzed, and it was found that they also had cyanide traces in their bodies. Convicted for these crimes, she was imprisoned for 16 years. Martin Murano, her son, discussed on various shows the downsides of her being a mother. Additionally, he shared that he is the biological child of one of her affairs, a fact he learned at 18. Another thing she mentioned was, "I visited her to persuade her to surrender. She attempted to kill me as a kid. At 10, she served me a cake laced with poison. When I took the piece to my mouth, she snatched it from my hands. There she confessed that the poison was also in the tea bag where she put cyanide. There were other deaths as well, for which she was not convicted. There were more than 3. Upon her release from prison, she led a life almost like a celebrity. People attended to her, gave her gifts, and she even had lunch with the famous Mirta Legrand. During the program, she revealed numerous aspects of her life, including her sexual promiscuity and the special treatment she received while incarcerated. It is unknown if everything she said is true, but she always liked to pretend to be more than she really was, according to people who knew her. Ultimately, it became known that she died on June 23, 2014, at a retirement home in the Belgrano district, alone without any friends or relatives, nor the press by her side. Did you hear about this case? Should her sentence have been longer? Let us know in the comments.